Let me introduce myself. I'm Paul de Wol. I'm from the Netherlands, as you can hear. I was a lawyer for many years, and now I'm a global engagement explorer. And I want to talk with you about happiness making money. Because what we see is that the most important part of our life is focused on having your non-negotiables, your core values ready. So, can you make an impact on your life, on your family, on your business, on your colleagues, by living your core values? That's the big question, and that's what I like to examine with you. So let me start with telling a story. In 2014, I walked the Camino. I walked from Saint-Jean-Pied-de-Port in Spain to Santiago de Compostela, my pilgrimage. 800 kilometers, I did it in 28 days, and did I do it for sports? Spiritual, religious? No, I just wanted to know, can I do it? Am I really that capable of walking 28 days without family, without phone, without social media, just exploring who I am and what life is? So you can find out that I was looking for my core values. Last year I did it again, only a short one from Porto to Santiago, and that's only 300 kilometers, and we did it in 12 days. And I was looking for what is helping me out in my life. And you see some words and pictures, and most importantly is purpose, core values, and I like to call them non-negotiable. You can't negotiable on who you really are. What is your core value? What is your core feeling? You need to know who you are, because then you can stand out in the world. I had a big team helping me out over the last couple of years to find out who I really am. And I created a program here in Cape Town in 2018 with my friends Mike and Landy on value to profit. How happiness makes money, and we help individuals but also companies to find their core values and live from them. So my question to you is, what are your core values? What are your non-negotiables? As a person, as a friend, but also as a company, can I find your core values on the homepage of your website? A lot of people don't have core values on their website or on LinkedIn or wherever they are promoting themselves. So how do I know what kind of person, what kind of company you are? Are you telling me the truth? Are you really that good? So having your non-negotiables on the homepage of your website will tell me what kind of company you are. By the way, a lot of employees want to know that as well. If they want to work for you, they will look for the core values. And especially in this special demographic situation, people want to find out what your company stands for. What is your purpose? So it's time to work on our non-negotiables. I will show you mine. I had a big discussion on integrity. I'm a former lawyer, so integrity for me was black-white. But dealing with people in a normal situation, I found out that it's more about transparency leading into integrity. I want to find out why people are doing the stuff they're doing. Why do you respond in this way to me? What do I learn from this? My second core value is my family is my central focus. A lot of people will say they come first. Well, I'm here in Cape Town looking at the Table Mountain. No, I'm not at home. So my family has to wait for me another time again. Do they mind? No, they like it when I'm away. So for me, it's good to have them as my base, where I go home, where I feel at home. Number 3 is a very important one for my business. Fun is my fundament. And it's not that, ooh, happiness fun. No, it's real fun. It's that I like, that I get energy, and I will come back to that later on. It's about getting energy from the work I'm doing. And if I'm asked for a job, and I think after a couple of weeks I don't like this anymore, then I will suggest to my client that it's better they find another consultant to help them out to create more engagement within their organization, because it's possible that my core values can't match, can't be aligned with the core values of the company I work for. So for me, it's important that I get energy from the work I'm doing. And the most important part for me is loyalty. Being here with friends, working together in South Africa and Namibia with friends is for me one of the most important parts of my life. It's about loyalty. It's about friendship. Sometimes I can be naive. Is that troublesome? No, that's part of life. So sometimes you see the first one, transparency leading into integrity, are working together and sometimes not working together with loyalty. Then I need to find out why this is a conflict for me. So having your core values is important to set your passion. Because your core values are connected with the purpose in your life, and with your purpose, it's the passion. It's giving you energy. And with passion comes mission, and with mission comes vision, and then the goals you want to achieve. And the more energy you get from your work, the more goals you can achieve. So if there is a conflict between your core values and mission, or even goals, you need to go back and research what is happening and why is this happening to us. And in a company, sometimes people make up core values on a Friday afternoon with a drink in their hands. Well, be careful, because all your employees need to be aligned with your core values. The core values are not that of the C-suite or the general manager or the CEO. No, the core values need to be connected with everybody. If you have a sales pitch and I'm just one of the salespeople, I need to be connected with the core values, the non-negotiables of my company. If I don't feel it, if I don't live it, if I don't walk the talk, then people will find out that it's fake. And nobody wants that to happen. So be careful. Core values lead to your mission, to vision, to strategy, and reaching your goals. So what is giving you energy? I will show you quite a difficult approach. It's called the job demand resources model. It's created by 3 Dutch professors. It's accepted all over the world in positive psychology, and it can help you to increase engagement of your employees in your organization. The problem is, if people don't believe what you're saying, then it's much more difficult to create a good outcome and to give them energy. So I will show you this model. And here you see, on the left side, you see your core values. Core values connecting personal resources and job resources. That's why it's called the job resource demand model. Personal resources are your family, are your private life, your religion, whatever that gives you energy as a personal human being. They need to be on the positive side. And I see a lot of people who are having trouble now with financial situation, with the way their life is in, with family situations. And then we need to ask them, how can I be of service to you? How can I support you? And I see sometimes for employers that's quite difficult. It's quite difficult for them to see how they can support people. Well, the easiest answer is by sending a coach to them. Let the coaches have the talk with your employees when they're suffering. Let them try to help them to get in the next phase, because it's their personal responsibility. But still, if they don't have energy in their personal life, how can they be engaged in your organization? So I notice for a lot of organizations, this is a difficult issue. Do I need to support my people with financial advice, with family advice? Yeah, you do. Because if they are disengaged, and to be true, most people are, the highest percentage by Gallup is about 20-25% of all your employees are fully disengaged. And most of the time, less than 20% of your employees are fully engaged. Do you see what's happening? 20% is going forward, 25% is holding you back. In between are the people that are satisfied, they start on time, they leave on time, they get their money on time, but they're not really engaged. And what we see that organizations that have their core values in place, they can help people to be more engaged, and with that profitability will go up, and I will show you later. So you have energy from your private life. You will have energy in your working life as well. At least that's what we hope. What you can do is just ask that question to your employees. What is giving you energy in the work you're doing? And when you're in a hotel, I ask that question to cleaners, to people in the restaurant, to people working outside. Do you like your job? What is giving you energy? How can we support it? And sometimes they are so open that they tell their story. And it's funny that they tell it to me. Why not to their bosses, to their leaders? So leaders start asking that question. How can I support you? What is giving you the energy to move on, to be engaged, and how can I tell you and help you to get it on a higher level? So if you have that full potential of energy and it's all green, it's all positive, it's like a battery, it's in the green zone, then engagement goes up. And with engagement going up, profitability will go up. And I will call that the ripple of impact, but I will tell you later. If not, if you're in the orange or the red zone with your battery, then burnout comes around and people get sick and stay at home. And that's not what we like, because we need all those employees in our work. So with this simple model, you can ask the right questions, not only to your employees, but to your colleagues in the C-suite as well. What is giving you energy in the work you're doing? And sometimes you will notice that a colleague is missing out and that he is not working like he should be. And you can ask him that question and support him to the next level. Here you see what the outcome is of these questions. You can be fully engaged. You will be happy, you will be energetic, you will be positive, creative, innovation goes up. All the positive sides you want to have. And I told you, that's less than 20% in each and every organization. Then you have the workaholics. They were once very energetic, but then we misuse them and they become angry and they are failing. And suddenly they will go into burnout. On the other hand, we have people who are fully engaged but are becoming satisfied. They're not happy people anymore. They're not engaged anymore. And they start talking like this. And it's a different opportunity for you. Because be careful, they can go into a bore out. They aren't using their energy anymore for what you need in your business. So you can ask this question. Show this to your people and say, hey, where are you at this moment? And how can I support you to get to the next level? And I will tell you why you should ask that question. Here are the 7 keys to profitability. I'm not going to do them all in detail, but you will see that retention goes up, attrition goes down. At this moment, worldwide, 40% of the people, of the employees, are looking for new jobs. 40%. Normal is 8 to 10%. People want to move on, to experience new stuff. During Corona, it changed because they could work from home or didn't have any work left, and they changed. And they're looking now for new jobs. In the US, it's about 60% of the people looking for new jobs. And you should know that if one person leaves your company and you have to hire a new one before he is at the same level, you lost a year's salary. So every person leaving your organization will cost you a year's salary. So anything you can do to make that number go down will help you financially. Sick leave goes down. Isn't that silly? I'm engaged and I'm not ill, I'm not on sick leave, I will keep on working, but when I get disengaged, the way to move, to leave the company is much more easier. And in the Netherlands, we pay 2 years' salary for people who are ill. And we try to reintegrate them back into work because we know they will cost a lot of money per day if they're not working. So being engaged makes it 40% lower sick leave. Isn't that amazing? We're not pushing on illness or health, we're just asking you, how can I be serviced to be engaged? You will see the productivity goes up, and research is done in the UK lately that if you work 5 days and you go back to 4 days with the same salary, that productivity goes up with more than 20%. Isn't that silly? You work less for the same salary and productivity goes up. That means that if we have the great atmosphere, if we have engagement, productivity rises. Customer service will be much better. You heard Andy talk about it. I love employee experience. Employee experience is far more important than customer experience because it's the employee who delivers the service and the best quality and that excitement that you want to see within your company. And sales will go up as well. So this is the story. Know the core values of you personally, know the core values of your company, and make them aligned. Take care that there is a balance between those two. This balance will mean conflicts and sick leave. If they are unbalanced, productivity goes up and the other stuff. So when I have the right core values fitting within your organization, my battery will become green again. I will gain more energy, and with that profitability and well-being will increase. And that's what I call the ripple of impact. And standing here on the beach, this morning I threw a stone in the water. And what I see is 2, 3, 4, 5 ripples. But the impact goes on and on and on. So when I'm good to my colleagues, to my family, to my friends, it will go on in their families, in their organizations as well. So helping people is much more than one-on-one. It's 1 on 10 or 20. Not a return on investment. The ripple of impact is far more important. And then back to my story of the Camino. I told you I started in 2014, did it in 28 days, 800 kilometers. It's not true. I started in April 2013. In day 3, I stepped in a mud hole, wrecked my anklets, couldn't walk anymore, took some medication, and after 2 weeks I was in hospital with my stomach bleeding. I had to be transferred home, and 1 year later, at the same moment, I restarted in Boadilla del Camino. I restarted my journey, my Camino, my way. And it's important because for me it still feels like one walk. It's for me still one talk. It's still what I wanted to do. I ended in April 2014 with some people I met on the Camino. I walked alone, but you're never alone. You will meet new people, and that's fun. Last year I did it with my great friend Lindsay Adams from Australia. He just flew in for 2 weeks walk. And you see the cathedral, which is lovely at this moment. And this is my slogan: happiness makes money. Ignite yourself. Thank you very much. Make your choice and be accountable.